What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Buildit video. And yes, this is finally here. It is the road upgrades video, the never upgrade your road again video. I have done a video on this, and I had talked about setting your roads up to never need upgraded without having your happiness drop. Now, why is this beneficial? Well, for one, you save a lot of fucking money, okay? Now, when you guys do your road upgrades, you guys realize that they cost a lot of money, right? So the upgrade cost of your roads, and I'm going to show you guys something here. I'm going to try to clear a spot on my map. Okay, so right there, you have to draw two squares. Okay, so zooming in, you see the two squares here? You draw it like that. That is considered one unit, right? Well, that's what I call one unit, 2 units, whatever. So it's 2 squares. So see how it says 300? It is $300 per square to upgrade your roads. What this means is that is for a 2-lane road. A 6-lane road is $1,200. Avenue is $1,500. Boulevard is $2,000, and streetcar is $2,500. Just for these little areas here, right? So if I was to do this one, this is Boulevard. So I'd be going up, that's $2,000 a square. So 1, 2, 3, that's squares. That's $6 grand. See? Okay. That is expensive. Now let's say I wanted to bulldoze this, right? I get $4,500 back. So it's not quite, it's a little, so here's the thing. So you you paid a specific amount, right? So you get half of your money back. So you get the 300 per square. Then I paid 1,200 per square. Then I paid 1,500 per square, and then I paid 2,000. So essentially, it's a complete ripoff, right? And so what I'm telling you guys is you can set your roads up to never need upgraded again and not have your happiness drop. So essentially how this works is you can have 3 roads red at any one time, okay? So they go yellow when they start to get congested, and then when they turn red is when you'll see the notification here like this. So in the past, what people will do is they will say, okay, I don't want to pay for my road. I'm going to bulldoze it and then just repave it. That is the worst, stupidest way to deal with your roads. Because first off, everything rotates around when you bulldoze it. So it's super annoying, right? Then on top of that, it's not necessary. And then it's something that has to be done regularly, like every day, all day, especially when you're in a really high congested area. So what you really want to do, and then other people will say, okay, well, I'm going to make one long road without any intersections. Well, eventually, if you put enough population in that area, it's still going to need upgraded at some point. So what better than to be able to pave your roads, never touch them, never deal with them again, and never have to worry about your happiness dropping? Well, there is a way to do that, and I'm going to show you guys how. So the first thing is you want 3 roads away from any homes. So the reason that my happiness is at 99%, if I click on my government tab here, see government, it'll show me which ones are unhappy, right? So let's see, my happiness is dropping. Okay, so it appears as though my happiness is only being affected by this road here, right? This is the road that's red. So how do I get this one to not be red? Let's say I wanted to move my traffic to another area. I would pick a building up or whatever is placed on this road and place it elsewhere to get the notification to disappear. That's one way of dealing with it, right? Now this road is not red anymore, right? So let's say this one here, I want to be red, and I don't want to, this is the one that I'm pushing my traffic onto, right? So essentially what we're doing is we're going to say, okay, I want to make 3 roads red that are not near homes, so my happiness is unaffected. Once those 3 roads are red, you never pick anything up on whatever you placed on that road, you never pick up again, okay? Not until you are ready to have all of your other roads start complaining about how they need upgraded. So let's say that I had 3. So typically what people will do, what I tell people to do or whatever, is you will put out 3 little dashes of road, okay? And then you'll put whatever you want on them. So if you really care about the looks of your city, see how I have the pyramid here and how it has that one red road, right? See how this is here like this and it's surrounded by trees? Notice how you don't see the road because I have it surrounded by trees? That's the best possible way you can do this trick with getting your map to look really good. So you don't see this road at all, right? My notification's there, but you don't see the road at all. See how this one went red again because of the population in the area? Well, what you'll notice here is this one. Okay. This one has no population on it either, right? Aside from, let's see, landmarks. Okay. So this one here has no population on it. Okay. So let's move these over here. And what you'll see is that it's not touching anything, this particular thing. Okay. So my happiness will not be affected by this particular building, right? Now, if I can get 3 roads just like this one placed around my map where the happiness is not being, it's not boosting happiness on any, homes or anything, and the traffic on a road with the houses, then I'm set. I'm good. I can do it. So let's just say for a minute, for the purpose of the video, let's say that this boat here was the same thing as this pyramid here, right? And then I had something right here, same general concept. That would be my 3 roads red, and I would never have to do anything. Now, if at any point I ever wanted to move this pyramid, it is going to take that road notification away. And the first thing it's going to do is it's going to push a notification onto a road that's been neglected. So, for instance, if you have a highly populated area that you haven't been upgrading roads in because you've been doing this trick, the moment that you move something off these roads, it's going to pop up and start yelling at you again. And it's going to be like, hey, dude, you need to get over here and fix this shit. So how do you deal with that? Well, you need to rotate your houses around until you can get the roads red that you want to be red, right? So how do you know which ones you want red? What buildings can you place on them? And what layouts can you use? So here's the thing, okay? Here's what I would do if I were you. If you care about the looks of your city, I would do something like this one here. You hide the road behind trees and you place a cool looking building and then you work around it. So as long as I don't touch these trees or this building, I can keep that road the way that it is. Now, there's a couple of things that still work. Like, what allows a road to need upgraded if there's no population on it? The amount of items placed on it, the amount of population on it, and the building itself. So what a lot of people will do is place parks, right? So they'll do like, I'm going to go show you CPT's map because he has something he has the very generic version of how to set your roads up, okay? So you can get real fancy with it. You can just kind of half-ass it for now if you're a new beginner player or whatever and you know you're going to have to rotate your map around anyways and you don't have trees or water right now. This is what you will do. You'll do something just like this. Okay, so you're going to go to your map and find a spot that is away from your homes, preferably on maybe the back of your map or the side or whatever, okay? And you can put 2 parks on each side. This will allow these to go red. Now, at some point, what's going to happen is the first one's going to go red right away. The second one will go yellow, right? And the second one will go red eventually. So what you can do, and for the time being, to increase the speed of these going red is you can put things around this general area, but not on these roads. So I'm going to go and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. The other thing that you can do, I'm actually designing a map for a girl in my group. And what we're going to do with hers is, since your factories and your homes, or not homes, since your factories and your shops don't need moved once they're placed down, as long as you have 5-slot factories, very important. She already has 5-slot factories. So what we're going to do with hers, that's why my map's tore up in the middle, is we're going to say, okay, this is where you want your shops and your factories. And we're going to put her shops along little dashes of road like this. That way, we know it's a building that won't need moved. It's not going to boost any kind of population, and it's not going to knock out any services. People have been trying to use water or sewage. The problem with that is you need a connection to the main road, right? So you would have to do one long road with little roads coming off of it. So I'm going to show you guys a couple designs, and then I'm going to explain how to get them red, because that seems to be the biggest issue people are having, is not being able to get the second or third runs red. And a lot of it is you got to be patient, but you got to boost the pop in that area and be able to remove it. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean. So over here, you see how this one's red and these two are yellow? So as long as I'm patient with it, eventually these will go red as long as no other ones are red on this map. So I have to look around. You're going to have to look around your map and make sure that no other ones are red, right? Let's hypothetically say that this one here is red, the one I selected. I would pick the item up on this road and I would transfer it elsewhere to remove this notification. That way, these ones have the ability to go red. And you're going to have to rotate stuff around until you get the desired ones red. So let's say you open your game. You've got your 3 dashes of road here and they look just like this, right? But this one goes red. But you're trying to get these ones to go red, right? You're going to obviously pick up something on this road and move it to get the notification to go away, like this, right? Okay. Now see how it's gone? Okay. We're just pretending that was a red road. So now that red notification is gone. And now these ones have the ability to become red, right? As I can't touch anything on these. I can add more things to it, but I can't touch anything around it, or I can put things near it. So here's what I would do if I were you. I would take, I would take a house or other buildings and place them within the vicinity of these buildings, but not on the road itself. That way, once these have actually been, once the populations in this area has been increased, you can actually move these buildings away without losing your road notification. So a lot of it is patience and time. It took me 2 weeks to get my 3rd road red, so you have to be patient with it. If you really care about the looks and your stuff's still yellow anyways, especially, I would do it for what you really, really want. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do stuff that you don't really, really want. Do it right the first time, because it'll be even more of a pain to do it again, right? So let's pretend this is your capital map and this is your shop, okay? This works. So let's just pretend that this is the area that we're working in. So I want this road here to go red, right? So see how it's already yellow and I just placed it down? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to add some stuff onto this front side of the park, or not the park, the road. So in this case, I'm considering I can do a park, I can do trees, I can do whatever I want just as long as I don't move it, right? So if I don't want to see the road, then I might do something like this, right? Where I just put trees surrounding it, maybe some water, some fancy trees. I just keep surrounding it, just like my other one, just like on my Capitol, right? So the weeping willows, if you have them unlocked, they work really well, but see how you can't see the road now? Okay, so it's yellow as before, but it's going to go red faster. Now, if I was to draw a road, whoop, nope, not that. Let's say I was to draw a road all the way, whoops, Jesus, criminy, past here. But let's say I was to put water on this road, right? See how this road is not connected to the main road? Now, all of a sudden, I'm getting, see the water notification? That's why, because it's not connected to the main road. But let's say you wanted to use services, right? What you can do is you can do a design like this. Let's just pretend for a minute that this is connected. Whoa. Let's say that this is connected to your main road, okay? All the way, Jesus Christ, all the way to here, okay? So now it's connected, all is well, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to go like this, and you're going to put a little area that just comes off each section. And you can do, it doesn't matter where these 3 roads are. It could be 2 here and 1 here. You know, it doesn't matter, just as long as there's 3. So what we'll do now is we can use services if we want. We can do water on one, like maybe we'll put water there. We can do a sewage plant here if we want. As long as, you know, it's not within the vicinity of any homes, it's not going to lower any happiness. And we can just keep surrounding stuff like that, right? Okay, so let's see what those. So we still got 1 red. All right. So what I'm saying is, you guys, you just have to be patient with it. But if I was to pick this up and move it back over here, if this road was red, it would have taken that notification away. Once you get these set up, okay? So let's pretend that your map, this is your map, right? That this is the one you have set up, and then these 3, or these 2 here, okay? I'm just going to pretend this is your map. What you'll do is you'll be like, okay, every day you're going to check, so you have this notification on your road, you're going to check it, and you're going to scroll through your map, and you're just going to do a quick scan to make sure nothing else is red. If you see any other road red, besides the ones that you want red, you're going to, like I said, pretend that this is a red road here, okay? This one went red on you, and you're like, God damn it, I don't want that one red. You're going to pick something up on that stretch of road and move it. And you're going to keep it, don't even place it back, just keep it away, okay? And then you're going to check again in the next hour or 2, and you're going to scan again and make sure nothing else is red. And then eventually, these ones will go red, but you got to make sure that you have enough stuff on the road. As you can see, it works with only 2 of each park on each side. It works with just 1. Look at this 1 park. This 1 bunny park, right? It works. You don't need any more than that. It just takes time. And people aren't patient. So for the time being, you're not going to upgrade any roads. Do not upgrade anything. So what people have been doing is they're like, okay, well, this one went red and I didn't want it to, so I went ahead and I paid for the upgrade. No, don't do that. Do not upgrade anything. Just keep rotating them out, okay? Don't bulldoze them. Don't mess with them. Just keep rotating them out. And then once you get what you like, then all will be well. Now, what buildings are the best to use? Parks, factories, shops. Those are the top 3 you should use. Or something cool that you have like in the middle of your water surrounded by trees. So like for a display, like maybe an Eiffel Tower, you know, sitting in the center of the water with a bunch of trees around it. And you can kind of blend that little road, that stretch of road. The reason I say factories is because if they're 5-slot factories, okay, which 5-slot factories should you buy? This one has a pollution square, okay? It's only 20,000 coins. The other one has no pollution square, but it's 50,000 coins. That is the only difference, is that it doesn't have a pollution square. You can use either one of these, But if you don't have at least 5 slot factories, do not use factories because you will have to upgrade those factories. And when you do, it will remove that road notification. Shops, you can do shops because once they're placed, they don't need moved, right? The reason I say factories and shops is because you do not need them. You do not need them connected to the main road. Now, if, like I said before, if you wanted to do this type of layout, you still could use factories or services. You just have to connect it to the main road. So shops is a really good one, especially if you place your shops like at the beginning of your map, because the design that I'm actually putting together for somebody in my group, we're going to do kind of like a Vegas theme, right? So I have a really cool idea for her stuff. I'm going to do a block of shops. I'm going to do maybe a block of 9 shops or whatever. And then I'm going to have, it's going to be island off, right? And I'm going to have little sections of road, just like this. And 3 of them are going to be red. That way she doesn't have to do her road upgrades. It's going to have bridges that go to the next island. But the theme for this island is going to be, one of them is going to be gambling. It's going to be like a Las Vegas strip. It's going to have all the fancy schmancy casinos. But the next island is going to be a sports theme. And it's going to have like a baseball field or like the hockey arena or whatever. And then it's going to have all the light up bridges and things like that. So I'm basically doing like a mini Vegas with, and then like I said, it's going to be island off with the trees and the water. But what's going to be really cool about it is her road upgrades are never going to need, her roads will never need upgraded again. But she won't have an ugly ass display like the really generic stuff like what you're seeing here, like this. She'll have something similar to like this that you won't even notice, right? You'll just be like, wow, that's a really cool city. So if you're somebody who really cares about the looks of your city, I recommend doing that. Designing is probably my favorite part of the game, which I'm glad, because if I was somebody that played solely for hunting rares, I would be miserable, as that is not fun to me. Constantly having to hunt for something that you can't find and does you little to no good is not beneficial to me. I know a lot of people like to play the game to like hunt storage and things like that, but that doesn't seem like fun, right? When you essentially when you first downloaded this game, what appealed to you? It was the idea of building a city, I would hope, right? You're like, wow, that's a cool game. I want to build a city. But over time, as we start to play, we lose focus on the whole purpose and why we downloaded the game. And it becomes this cash grab hunt for rares rather than the ability or the desire to make a cool city. When was the last time that you just sat down one night and messed around with the looks of your city? And more so than just, oh my God, I got to move this road. It's needing upgraded, or great, now I just placed a building on my map wherever because I thought it was cool and I unlocked it. That's about as far as designing goes for most people, right? Or, wow, that's a really cool, I wish I could do something like that, but then they never try. So here's the thing. My favorite part is designing, right? I build some badass maps, like really badass. I literally can come up with idea after idea after idea. And I've got this graph paper, right, that I draw it on. And I can draw out a design and say, okay, this is the general idea. Then what I do is I come to my map and I make a display. And so I'm going to make a display for her. And I'm going to say, okay, this is the general idea. And then I'll get rid of it. I'll tear it up and I'll do another display. And I'll do 3 or 4 different displays. And then I'll show them to her and say, okay, which one do you like, right? Or what I'll do is I'll have her on the phone and I'll say, okay, let's, if it's on her map, I'll say, okay, let's go to your map, and I'm on her map and I'm looking at her map and I'm telling her, okay, go here, do this, do that, try this, try that, try to blend this, pick your trees, pick your landscape, all these different types of strategies to build a badass city. But before you do that, you have to get the dynamics and the fundamentals of your city put together, right? So that is why it's so important for the first 1 to 24 levels of the game that you really build the foundation of your city, that you don't focus on water and buildings and things like that. Only buy the limited time stuff that you really, really like, because if you don't buy it now, you'll have to wait a whole nother year, if at all, right? So as far as designing goes, that's the only shit you should be buying, is limited time stuff that you really, really like, okay? Other than that, you're going to be you should be saving all of your resources for when you design your city. You should be taking screenshots when you design your city. That way you have an idea what you want to do. But more importantly, when you're doing your roads, pick something you really like. Do not just, a lot of you are like, oh, I just want to get it done. I'm in a hurry to get it done. Why? You're not paying for anything in the meantime, right? Don't just settle for some ugly ass display because you want to say, oh, yay, it works. No, it does work, okay? It works. I had it on my screen. I showed you guys it working. Don't be in a hurry to get it to work. Just get it set up right. Once, let's say that you had 3 shops just like this, but we were on your capital map, and they were all displayed just like this. I know for a fact all of those will go red eventually. All you have to do after you have it set up just like this, your only job after that is to keep track of which ones are red. That's all you have to do. You're just going to scroll around and make sure nothing else is red. And you're just going to keep moving anything that goes red that is not one of those 3. And I promise you, within enough time, eventually they will go red. Now, to speed this process up, what can you do? You can place things near it, but not on that road. So if you wanted to, let's say, put a road like right here, right? Oop, oop. As long as it's not actually touching any side of whatever building it is. So let's say that you surrounded the entire building with trees or whatever. That would be more beneficial. But we're going to go like this, okay? And let's just pretend for a minute that we can put parks here in this area, okay? And just keep surrounding this area with a lot of stuff. And eventually this road will go red quicker, okay? Now, that's all you can do. You just have to be patient and rotate them out. And the biggest problem that people have is 1, they're impatient. 2, they don't check this frequently enough, and they have 2 roads red other than these 2. So they screw up, okay? The next thing that people screw up on is they pick the wrong type of buildings, or they make the roads too long. So one guy, he was complaining about it because the longer the road, the more it takes to upgrade it. He had his roads about that long. Well, it will work, yes, but you just need more stuff at that point, right? So if you can place a Eiffel Tower on a dash of 2 roads, why do you need one that long? Yes, you can get it to work, but it's going to take longer, okay? So get your roads short, get them exactly how you want them. If you want to not move them and you know exactly where 3 shops are going to be living for the rest of your life, then put those 3 shops there and get, you know what I mean? And so like people say, well, does it have to be a dash? No, it can be any 3 roads. It can be of any length, but like I just said, the longer the road, the more stuff in and the longer it's going to take. So if you also keep in mind, and just so you know, let's say hypothetically that this road here with this hotel on it was red, and I accidentally went like this. As long as I didn't move this or rotate it at all, as long as it didn't get touched, I could hit the X and go away. But let's say I went like this and I accidentally went like that, but I didn't place it down. If I place it down now, it's going to go away, even though I didn't move it, right? So be very careful. That is why I say for people to do things like at the back of their city with parks or whatever. Factories are a good one because, especially, like I said, if they're 5 slots, because they're not something that you're really going to be moving, and they're not something that's near your homes anyways. And if they are near your homes, then that would mean that they're the neo ones, which means that it wouldn't matter really at all anyways, right? So try that out, see if it works. If you're still having trouble, you can hit me up on Facebook or in the comments section below. But just know that it can take 2 weeks to get that third road red, okay? Be patient with it, do what you can. And like I said, for the meantime, don't pay for this shit. I'm telling you guys, it's a ripoff. Look at this, $22,000 just for that one stretch. Just for that one 6-lane road, right? Look how many more upgrades I would have. I would have Avenue, Boulevard, and Streetcar. So a 6-lane road is $1,200 a square. Then I have $1,500, $2,000, then $2,500. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So basically what you're looking at here is, let me pause this just for a second. Okay, so for the smallest ones that you can draw out are the 2 squares, right? So that being said, that 2 square per unit or whatever is $300. Then you have, if I was to upgrade this same one over and over again to the maximum amount, it would be 7,500 coins for just it to go from the first upgrade all the way to right before the Omega one, so the streetcar one. Okay? It would be a total cost just for this one little area, $7,500. Then it would be 1,500 Neo coins on top of that. Now, if I was to upgrade it all the way up to Omega, but then bulldoze it, I would only get half of the Omega coins that I put in back. So I'd get, you know, the 750 Omega coins is what I would get back for my 7,500 regular coins and my 1,500 Neo coins. That's what I would be getting back. Now, that being said, 7,500 per unit. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Like, seriously? Now, just think, how many roads have you paved in your playing SimCity? How many have you bulldozed? Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? So, like, when you're going to design your city and shit, and you're bulldozing, and you're like, oh, that sucks. So, let's say that you want to bulldoze a section of a road. Okay, what you can do, and I've said this in a few of my videos, without bulldozing the whole road, here's what you do. You just draw a piece on each side of wherever you want it to end. So let's say you just wanted to do that one section. Then you would bulldoze right in the center, and then you would say, okay, I bulldozed that. Then you can bulldoze this edge, and then this edge. And this way you don't have to take out the whole road, right? So that's one thing that you can do. Now, I'm going to show you guys something else. Your bridges, okay? You can do that. And then you can put, you know, a bridge down. Whichever one you want. It really doesn't matter right now. But basically that's the gist of it, okay? So right here, to bulldoze, I get 150 per 1 square. See? It's a ripoff, absolute ripoff. Okay, so if I go here, see how this one went yellow and it only has one water tower and a park on it? So let's see. This one's red. Yeah, so the only one that I really care to go red is these 3 here, and eventually they will. But if this one goes red, then I'm going to have to, you know, bulldoze this one intersection to get this thing off there. But essentially, these used to be all 3 red. I screwed up because I was trying to show you guys something and I accidentally picked up one of my parks. So now I'm stuck doing it all over again. But essentially, yeah, that's all you're going to be doing. It's just rotating stuff around. And eventually they will all go red, okay? If you're impatient, the more stuff you put on it, the quicker it'll be. So just place more stuff on it. Okay? But like I said, do something you really like. You're going to be stuck with it for a long time. Don't be so impatient. Do your time, you know, take your time, do it right. It's better to do it right the first time than redo it 10 times. Okay? So I'm going to move all my stuff back because I have got to get this other stuff done. I'm going to work on that comm guide, you guys. I got it coming out at the end of the week because they totally fucked us up this week by giving us all different points valued tasks. Ouch. Ow, ow, ow. Fuck. Oh, I sat on my foot too long. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. All right, you guys. Hopefully that helps. I'm going to try to, like I said, hopefully that really helps you guys, because this is super important that you get this done right away. Now, the other added benefit to this is, let's say that you like a specific style of road, okay? Let's say you like the one with the trees that go down the center. You can go to your road thing here and you click the traffic light, and it doesn't matter what road it is. You can always upgrade your roads to whatever you desire, right? So if you like a specific type of road, this trick is even more beneficial for you, because this allows you to upgrade your roads at your own pace when you can afford it, and it allows you to stop at a specific upgrade. Whereas if you were to do this and you were to want all of your roads with trees, if you ended up with too much population on, you know, a certain stretch, it would force you to upgrade it to have your happiness not drop. But by doing it this way, you don't have to upgrade it without your with your happiness dropping or whatever. So now you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, and you don't have to be forced to spend money when you don't have it. You don't have to be forced to upgrade past a certain point when you don't want to. Now, if you guys are looking at help, if you want help designing your city, I would love to help you design your city. You just have to hit me up on Facebook. That is essentially what I would rather be doing, honestly. Eventually, once I get all of the main videos done, what I'm going to be predominantly focusing on is designing. So I'm more than happy to write up a design for your roads. If there's something specific that you want, then just message me, text me on Facebook, whatever, and say, hey, Missy, I'm trying to get my 3 roads red, and this is the kind of style I want. I really like the idea of a landscape blend with blah, 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 blah. And I'll say, okay, cool, and I'll ask you whatever questions I need to, and I'll let you know. I can draw you up a design on graph paper and give you a general idea, or I can do it up on my own screen and then send it to you. Okay. I am super busy, so I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can, but it might take me a little bit because now I've got a lot of work with my own game, but with this comm guide. Okay. So I do have several videos coming out in the morning, tomorrow morning, and I'm going to have you guys, I have, what do I have? I have some War for Beginner stuff coming out and strategies, and then I have the Contest of Mayors ones coming out, and I have that walkthrough. We are going to get that walkthrough done. I had to take time to kind of deal with some stuff. I was sick for a while. My phone's broken, piece of shit. I have got to get money for a phone. It's only like $200 for a Moto G8 or whatever, but I don't have $200. So until I make it big, fucking becoming famous or something, I don't know. But yeah, I need to write a book or something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I need like $200 to get a phone. So until then, you guys are just going to have to bear with me with my mic setup and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get off here, you guys. And tomorrow morning, check the channel. Subscribe right now, and that way you get notifications. And then tomorrow morning, check back and you'll see some videos up. And if you have any video requests, comments, feedback, questions you want in our group, you have, oh, by the way, I'm collecting screenshots for the Contest of Mayors, okay? October 21st, 2020. This video might be up for a long time, so just know that this is being asked because they recently changed the Contest of Mayors assignments and they give you multiple 3K tasks now. That being said, any screenshots that you guys can give me of your current tasks would be helpful to allow me to kind of study the the way that the game is spitting out assignments, the values, all kinds of stuff. So I'll go ahead and study all of your guys' screenshots. And like I said, if you guys have anything that you need to ask me or whatever, you know how to get a hold of me on Facebook. And like or comment on this video so that we get ratings up. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning.